And we are live once again. Waffleboard break Sunday night eBay double box break extravaganza. Um, we got a pretty good crowd tonight. Missing some of our heavy regulars, but still a pretty good crowd. I think 15 different people have spots. A lot of single spot magic hoping for, but it's pretty well spread around. Only 29 boxes tonight. 1 in 29. 1 in 28 will be our box odds this evening. 2 unsolds left. If somebody wants to grab them, discount them even more. So for a double box break, $6 and $7. There it is. Nick F stepping in, grabbing my boy Derek Steppen. Very good. Leaves us just Vasily Podkolzin on the Vancouver Skeet, electric skate alternate Adidas jersey. Of course, he's on the Edmonton Oilers currently, but I'll put you down, Nick F4. See Derek Steppen. Very good. Okay, very good. That leaves us just one spot left. We're not going to have to wait too long if anybody wants to claim it or not, but we will break anyway. But just want to go over some housekeeping. Of course, this is our last double box before the reload goes in. We have, of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays Facebook boxes. Like I said, we're down to just 27 and 26 box odds for those two, which is as low as we can get, basically. So 27, 26 box odds, 1 in 27, 1 in 26. Chance to grab your spots. Watching the games tonight, we got the Canadians just added a fifth goal up 5-2, about to close out the Sabres tonight to take a 2-1 lead, defending home ice for the first time in that series. Montreal got 2 power play goals in the second to go up 3-1. And then, of course, I think Dowling got one late to make it 3-2, but then, or 4-2 rather, make it 4-1, 4-2. Now it's Kirby Doc with the fifth goal for the Montreal Canadiens. He's definitely been reborn, playing great for them. Obviously, he's been trying to shake off injuries for the last couple of years after being a top 5 pick for the Blackhawks. But he settled in well. Obviously, he was chastised for a big giveaway in Series 1 against Tampa, of course, but they won that series in 7. I think every game was a 1-goal game. And then, of course, this series, obviously, Alex Lyon or UPL are not quite Vasilevsky. So at times they haven't looked as, they both looked, obviously, Lyons looked great, when they won the series in Boston, of course. And then he's playing well. But obviously, they're starting to give up some power plays. Don't want that Montreal team on the power play. Obviously, they started to click right now. Caulfield has got 2 power play goals in the playoffs. Got one tonight. Of course, it's Slavkovsky got a power play goal tonight. He had 3 in the one game against Tampa. Lane Hudson up top that team is just when they're moving the puck around on the power play, they are very scary. So Bolduc scored again tonight. So they're obviously Buffalo's got to shake this one off and come back and try to win Game 4 in Montreal to take home ice advantage back, going back to Buffalo. But we'll see. Like I said, we got a great game. Second game on tonight. Tips off in just a little bit. We're going to watch that. That's Mix Marner trying to erase any doubt with the hat trick in Game 3 to go up 2-1 in that series. That's a great series as well. With the Vegas Golden Knights looking to go against Anaheim, another good young team. But the Vegas Golden Knights win tonight. It's going to be huge, going 3-1 in that series. And Anaheim wants to tie it up. So it's 2 good games tonight. Obviously Montreal is going to be up 2-1. It looks like they're going to close this one out. I think we'll be under 8 minutes left in the game. Well, less than 8 minutes, up by 3 goals. I don't see Buffalo coming back, but stranger things have happened. Playoffs be crazy, but Anaheim playing in front of the raucous home crowd. 21,000 inside the barn, 20,000 on the streets. They got 3 jumbo screens set up out there, and Canadians, the entire country basically is rallying behind the Canadians. They always do, but they're pretty good. Obviously, they vanquished Tampa in 7 in a crazy series, and now they're going against Buffalo, another upstart. new coming team to the playoffs where they're trying to make their mark. But obviously Montreal is getting great goaltending from Dobish, and we'll see if they have enough to continue. If they can close out Buffalo. That series against Carolina. Carolina had smoked the Flyers after sweeping Ottawa in the first round, so they're 8-0 in the playoffs. Freddie Anderson still in our boxes, one of our oldest boxes. Freddie Anderson and Svechnikov, two Carolina Canes represented. Of course, the Freddie Anderson, the Montreal or Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, but he's currently 8-0 in the playoffs, which is insane considering they weren't even sure they were going to start him in the playoffs. Obviously, Brendan Bussy's been great goaltender for Carolina all year, and then obviously they decided. Brendan Moore decided to go. Let's go with Freddie, and it's like I said, he's been. I think obviously the Flyers got to him a little bit in the last couple of games, but not enough to when the game's close or is tied late. He's been amazing, turning away shot after shot from the Flyers. Some post luck, goalie luck, with the post and crossbars. But like I said, if it works in your favor, you definitely gotta you definitely have to use it to your advantage, and you gotta continue keeping the puck out. But Freddie Anderson is 8-0. Carolina has been unblemished. They're winning overtime games. They're winning close games. The Flyers just didn't have enough. They were kind of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed to the playoffs, and they're happy after beating their in-state rival Pittsburgh around one. I didn't say that. I'm not saying they were overconfident, but around here, the fans didn't realize how good this Carolina team is. They'll watch Carolina on the regular, and of course, you want to be proud of your team after smoking Pittsburgh around one. But I try to tell people, I said this Carolina team is a monster, and like you say, it's kind of set up right now for them in the East. If whoever survives the Buffalo Montreal series, which I expect, Buffalo might fight back for Game 4, and if that goes 6 or 7, basically you're only worried about Carolina getting rusty. Every day off helps. They made some pretty significant playoff runs, not obviously to the finals, but those miles count on your hockey body. Like I said, their top line isn't really clicking yet. We're still not seeing. Svechnikov scored on the power play. Aho is. I think he scored. He had at least an assist or two. But obviously, their real damaging line is that second line. Like Stankoven, Taylor Hall, and Blake have been the best line of hockey right now. They've been absolutely outstanding. We'll see if anybody can stop them. Of course, if you try to stop that second line, you're just going to leave in, your second pair defensemen to try to stop that first line. And they still look good. Like watching these Carolina teams play, that Aho and Svechnikov and that line is still moving. They're getting contribution from the defense. Keandre Miller, WAFFLEBOARD break legend. He has assists in 3 straight games. He's been great on their blue line. They got Martinuk. They're getting contribution up and down the line. Obviously, Jacob Slavin is no stranger to the NHL world. Obviously he won the gold medal this year. He was an anchor for the USA Olympic team, and he's always been known recently as one of the best defensive defensemen in hockey. And he still plays pretty good defense too. He can contribute, but like I said, obviously Gostisbehere is their big point-producing defenseman. But that Carolina team is built to win. Obviously, if it'd be interesting to see if somebody can get to Freddie, if they have to go to the Bussy for the run. Vasily Podkolzin going to Dale C. Closer mojo. Dale stepping in. Okay. Very good, Dale. Very good, Dale. We'll see if that carries over because we know that it exists. Of course, both of those spots have the shared closer mojo. Derek Steppen and Podkolzin. Of course, we're doing 2 boxes, so who knows what comes out tonight. But thank you for the fill. We're not going to wait too long. Like I said, I'm glad you stepped in to grab Podkolzin as well as Steppen. I hate for them to go unclaimed. Obviously, we can always do community spots if I have to, but I just know, obviously, I'm a huge Derek Steppen fan. His playoff heroics back in his Ranger years are forever, basically. And then, of course, Pug Colson. It's just an absolutely beautiful Adidas Ultimate, the electric skate logo, which is pretty cool. So I know we've had that. The reload, I'm sure you guys have seen on the Facebook page. All the pictures are posted. I was able to get a 13th jersey in, and that was the Logan Thompson Washington Capitals jersey, which is pretty cool. So I know Vegas, he's a current Washington Capitals. It's a Vegas Golden Knights, Logan Thompson, where he started out there and he's been absolutely amazing in the Eastern Conference with the Caps now. But I was confusing that with the warm-up worn Chandler Stevenson Washington Capitals camo jersey, which is cool. I made sure I put a picture of the COA directly from the Capitals. That was a warm-up worn and then signed, of course, afterwards. And that's the first time we've had an actual warm-up worn jersey in the boxes. So we're doing boxes 649 and 650 tonight, probably close to 680 total jerseys. And that's the first warm-up worn jersey I was able to claim, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I mean, with the COA, it's even cooler. We've gotten stuff directly from teams, from either gift bags or charity events, but never actually warm-up worn items. Of course, the salute to service, and of course the cancer jerseys, and whatever kind of the St. Patrick's Day, those aren't worn during games, are usually worn during the warm-ups before the first period. And of course there are a lot of times, not always, but often they're signed by the player wearing them to be either given away or to be auctioned away. But I'm not sure where the person that I got mine came from, but either it came directly from the team or from some sort of events. But it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's pretty good to check that out. So check out the pictures on the Facebook page. Like I said, it's a pretty nice reload. That absolutely gorgeous CCM Evgeny Malkin Pittsburgh Penguins. Like, that's an absolutely gorgeous Malkin. Like, the only reason that didn't go into my PC is I have a white Reebok Malkin already in the PC, and that came across the CCM. I'm like, like I said, I came close to keeping that instead, but I said, you guys deserve to have these kind of monsters. Obviously, future Hall of Famer. It looks like he wants to stay on for another year or so. We'll see if he stays in Pittsburgh or moves on to someplace with a better chance at making a finals run, but he still clearly has some hockey left in him. He's a big body with great hands. He still play on a power play. He still can get points for teams. He still has some clutch moments left in him. But Geno Malkin, that's an absolutely beautiful white CCM. That's a legit old school CCM, not one of these brand new. I mean, they're still nice, the new CCMs, the vintage classic ones, but that's an actual CCM from the era. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. In fact, I think my Reebok actually has an A on the front that CCM doesn't. So that might be from, when he first got to Pittsburgh, they were wearing the CCMs. That's right when the changeover happened. And it was, I think, maybe I don't have is it Reebok or Coho? I don't remember exactly. I have to remember what it is. I have to check my collection itself. It's hanging up, I think. But so that's pretty cool. Like I said, it's good for me to be able to grab stuff like that to get it to you guys. I've been bidding on stuff, trying to grab stuff the last couple of days. It's been tough. Been beat down in some attempts to grab some stuff for the next reload, but that's why I had to keep this one down to 13, and we're gonna go move forward with it. You guys, deserve to have these jerseys, take a run at. Like I said, we have some of our favorite names are in there. Obviously, the Adam Fox is absolutely gorgeous. Rangers Adidas, of course. The Sundin is in there, an absolute gorgeous blue Sundin. Less respected from this room. I'm not sure why. An absolute monster. Now he's the head honcho in Toronto, looking to ride that ship to finals glory. But we'll see if he can do that. Obviously, they have to change some of the players around, but they have pretty much framework for a team, but. They made some moves that haven't helped push them over the edge, but we'll see what he does in the front office with the Leafs. So, but like I said, it's a pretty good batch. Like I said, I love the Raquel white Anaheim jersey that's in this batch. Real cool. Justin Falk, that blue, like kind of the retro look for the Blues is pretty cool. So it's a fun batch. They will go live. Spots will go live with the reload on Tuesday. Of course, we'll do the box up video at the end of this week, probably either Friday or Saturday. But the spots will go live with the reloads. I'll be entering them today. So today I got a long post break work ahead of me. I haven't even started building the boxes. Still waiting to see what we hit today and this week. I'll start moving stuff over so I have just the 13 boxes on the shelf. Everything else will be in front of me, so on the table. So, but we'll see. So good luck, everybody. What's it, 6-2 now? Canadians, the floodgates have opened. New hook scored from Suzuki and Jake Evans. Yeah, less than 5 minutes left. They can put that one to bed. Let's get ready to switch over and watch the Golden Knights against the Anaheim Ducks. So that should be fun. Obviously, Ducks need to win one at home. That one's pretty much over, going back to Vegas. Vegas, another veteran, tried and true team. Of course, they won a cup. So they're kind of like the Anaheim or the Carolina of the West, where they're kind of built for this environment, and they do have some recent success, having won a cup and been to a finals, losing to the Caps. And like I said, their core. I mean, a lot of them have been there. Of course, Marner is trying to shake off any kind of stigma he had when he's with the Leafs and had the hat trick last game. And obviously they need that scoring if they want to continue. Eichel's been amazing. He had a close to like a Hart caliber year. But like I said, they're another good deep team with excellent goaltending. Can they beat the Avs if the Avs are able to close out that series? And we don't know yet there. So obviously Colorado, they lost the last game. Obviously Kirill came alive and Minnesota's not dead yet, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm still thinking obviously Vegas and Colorado, but Minnesota and Anaheim wouldn't surprise me if they were able to get over the hump and into the finals. But Carolina really looks like to be the juggernaut, and they've proven it. 8-0. I mean, there's no real complaints from that team. Their power play isn't quite clicking. That's probably the only thing you really complain about that team. But they are top to bottom as deep and talented as any team right now in the playoffs. So we'll see if we can continue, if they can. They're sitting around waiting for who they're going to play next. So that's the luxury of closing teams out early. And then Montreal and Buffalo are going to fight it out, for more than 5-6 games. I mean, it's going to benefit them resting up. So I'm sure they're practicing hard and staying ready for whoever gets past this round. So, but let's get going. 2 boxes tonight. One in 29, one in 28 box odds. Like I said, I think we have 15 different people in. Like I said, the last 2 spots, Nick F had some spots already. Dale C for Closer Mojo had some spots already. We got Anthony C back in tonight. Welcome back, Anthony C. You've been in a little bit sporadically, but it's good to have you back tonight. Greg K, of course, grabbed some unsolds. Shirley Mike A is here as our Sunday regular, as well as Ryan S. No Ron tonight. No Ron, no Big Al. So 2 of our top 3 all-time hitters here in WAFFLEBOARD Breaks are not present. CK is number 2 all time. CK is here tonight with a couple spots. Daryl L, father son Brett and Jake G and Brett G have spots, as well as Jason M has his spot. Thomas M's got a couple nice spots. Mike H, of course, with a couple good ones. James M here with us with some very nice spots as well. Who else? Let me see. I think it's everybody. Anthony, Greg, Shirley, Mike A, Dale, James, Nick, Mike, CK, Thomas, Jason, Jake, Larry, Brett. Oh, Larry. I forgot Larry's single spot. Brett, Daryl, and Ryan S. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. 2 boxes tonight. Let's see. Looking forward. Last double box before the reload. 2 single boxes for you guys this week. Tuesday, Thursday. Single boxes. I'll get the spot price preview up as soon as I can after we're done here. I was working on it a little bit. Of course, I'll have to neg it out too that we hit, and then I'll be able to throw that up. And of course, I'll throw up I'll be entering the stuff on eBay to start on Tuesday. So get going. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Hope you're able to spend it with your mothers or your extended mothers or your grandmothers or stepmothers or whatever mothers you have. So good luck, everybody. It's gonna be fun. Let me see. Let me get here. Where's my Okay, very good. Let me see. Every spot is cleaned. Let me see. Okay. Let's get going. Where's my dice? Where's my dice? There's my dice. There's my list. Okay, let's get going. Okay, here we go. Very good. Our dice. We're going to do our list in order. Of course, 17 is going to be skipped. 16 is where the reload stops. 17 is still active. That's the only box that will be skipped. So we were running 16 through 30, I think, will be the new run, depending on if we are able to hit one of the older boxes. If you hit 17, I'll probably add that to the reload. If not, it'll be 18 through 30. So there we go. Good luck, everybody. Boxes here in order. 5 or more in our dice roll for our first box. We'll back that out. We'll do 5 or more on our second box. We'll open them up together. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got tonight. 5 or more. See what we got. 7 times. Most common die roll. 7 times it is. So our box is in order. Let's do it. 7 times. 1, 29 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the first box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 90. 90 is from not this most recent reload, one before it. 7 times box 90. 7 times box 90. Okay, let me make that note. Box 90. Okay, very good. Back that box out. Box 90 is gone. Very good. Okay. So 5 or more in our dice roll. Second box will be 5 times. 5 times our box for the second box. Box 90 is our first box. Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. 1, 28 boxes. 2, 3, 4. And the second box we're going to open tonight. It's going to be box number 15. 15! Oh! Well, that's one of our oldest boxes. 15 it is. 5 times box 15. We skipped that one, so I'm skipping that. Box 15, 5 times. Oh, boy. Okay. 90 and 15. Let me back out 15. Okay, here we go. Box 15. Okay. Okay, box 90 and box 15. Okay. Box 15. We know it's a current Carolina hurricane. That's all we know there. Box 90, of course, we're going to do first. Box 15 is here. Box 90 is here. Box 90, box 15. Okay. Whew, okay, I'm excited. Box 90, that was the biggest run. There's 9 boxes in that run. There's 2, 3, 4, 9, and 8. So now we're down to no run. We'll have more than 8 left. Of course, we'll have 8 left. We have 8 left in the reload, 8 left in the second to last reload. And of course, here we go. 3, 2, 3, 4. Decent amount of people live here. So good luck, everybody. We'll do box 90 first. This will leave us with 1 box. We know what is in it after we open the 15. 17 is the only other box from that run. 90, of course. 90, there's 9 boxes in this run. No idea what's in here. So box 90 it is. Good luck, everybody. Okay, let's see. Look at the run here. Okay, we got some nice ones. Good luck, everybody. Box 90 it is. Box 90. It is. Woo! He's been on this one a long time. There it is. Mark Shifley, Aviator Blue, AJ Sports, Adidas Pro Model. Mark Shifley. There it is. Mark Shifley, 55. Adidas Pro. That's an absolutely beautiful jersey. I know this has been one of Jason's long-time pursuits. Mark Shifley, Winnipeg Jets, autographed Adidas alternate, the Aviator Blue. There we go. Obviously, you don't see much of these very often anymore. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We are True North, Adidas Pro with the A and the Jets. There it is. There it is, the baby. With the fight strapped, of course. Fight strapped up. Mark Shifley. One of my all-time favorites. Love him. Mark Shifley, 55. Winnipeg Jets, Aviator Blue. Absolutely gorgeous. I know he's been hunting it. Very, very nice. Congratulations. Going to Jason M. Very, very nice. Mark Shifley. Congratulations. Sorry for everybody that did not hit. Jason M has had that, not every break, but he's been with it many times. Hunting down the Mark Shifley. Love that jersey. Big, big fan. Very, very nice to see that come out. So congratulations to him. I do have one as well as my PC. That's my Shifley, is the Aviator Blue one. So there we go. We'll move on to the second box. Box 15. 2 boxes in the run. It's going to be a current Carolina Hurricanes. We'll see if it's a Carolina jersey or a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. Either way, it's one of their star players. Let's see what we got. Box 15. That leaves us 1 box left from that run. This is going to be a Carolina Hurricanes. Evgeny Svechnikov. There it is. Very, very Andrei. Not Evgeny. Andrei Svechnikov, number 37. Obviously, number 1 overall draft pick. Superstar sniper for the Carolina Hurricanes. Congratulations. Svechnikov comes out to play. Very, very nice. Love it. 37. Fanatics COA. Svechnikov, one of our oldest boxes. There it is. A Fanatics jersey. Carolina Hurricanes. Currently 8-0. Taking a break until the semifinal round in the playoffs. Svechnikov scored last game, I think. I mean, obviously they swept out the Flyers, but he's been, obviously, I told you that first line hasn't been lighting it up, but he definitely has a couple power play goals. He's looked good, looked dazzled. Congratulations. That goes to Anthony C. stepping in, grabbing the Svechnikov on eBay. Congratulations, fine sir. Good to see you back. Nice to have you grab a spot. Anthony C. hitting the Svechnikov. Andrei Svechnikov comes out to play. Mark Shifley as well on the Aviator Blue Winnipeg Jets going to Jason M. So congratulations, Anthony and Jason. Very, very beautiful hits. Like I said, sorry for everybody, of course, did not hit. We got 2 more chances for you guys with amazing odds. 1 in 27 on Tuesday, 1 in 26 on Thursday. And then, of course, the reload goes in on Tuesday. All the spots will be, like I said, we're only adding 13. So we'll be up, I think we have 38 spots for Sunday. So just like that, we're back into the mid-30s. So no rest for the weary. You know, we're right back into great odds for everybody. You're not going to find much better odds anywhere on the interwebs. And if you do, let me know because I want in. So congratulations. Nice, Anthony C. I know you've had some other people that chased that, so it's very, very nice to see that come out finally. One of our oldest boxes. Of course, now we know we have one less box from that run. And then, of course, Mark Scheifele, Adidas Pro on the Aviator alternate logo. Very, very nice. Going to Jason N., longtime target for him. So congratulations. Like I said, that's only from the last reload, not the most recent, but the second last reload. So not in there real long. Really, really happy to see that come out. So congratulations to him. Congratulations, of course, to Anthony. Let's see you back. Hopefully you can continue coming back for more breaks. If you're going to get hot, here's where you want to be. So very, very nice. I'll pack them up. I did not mail out the stuff from this week. So Dale and Daryl, your boxes are upstairs. So we'll see if you guys can hit on Tuesday or Thursday, and then I'll pack up everything and send it out at the end of the week. So congratulations tonight to Jason and Anthony. Very, very nice hits. Enjoy the late game. I'll be watching that. We're doing our post-break stuff. We'll get you guys back here on Tuesday or Thursday. This is the odds. Last 2 boxes before the reload goes in. I look forward to seeing everybody back here on Tuesday night, 8 p.m., Facebook claim, and I'll be there. Hopefully you'll be as well. So with that filled, I'm sure it won't take too long. Only 27 boxes and 26 is pretty much lightning fast. And I'll try to keep some of the spots as cheap as we can so we can get it filled up quickly. So thank you much, everybody. Waffleboard Breaks appreciates continued love and support, and I will see you back here on Tuesday night. Waffleboard Breaks is out.